Welcome back, adventurers, to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are standing here in front of the city walls of London, which is pretty exciting. But before we enter the city, let's talk a bit about its history. So, London was founded by the Romans as Londinium around 47 AD, shortly after the occupation of Britain in 43 AD under Emperor Claudius. The decision to build a settlement at this location must have been of strategic reasons, as there wasn't even a pre-existing pre-Roman or Celtic settlement here. So the main reason was most probably the River Thames, on whose northern banks the settlement was established. So the Thames is shallow here and grants access to the sea, as well as further inland, which is the best requirement for trade with the continent. Of course, in this early time, Londinium was a rather small settlement with wooden houses and without a fortification wall, as we see here in the background. It grew rapidly though, and by 60 AD it was an important trading town, as we know from the Roman historian Tacitus, and archaeological evidence in the harbor region. Its prosperity made it a target for the wrath of the Boudica revolt and was thus ransacked and burned down completely in 60 AD. Shortly thereafter, the settlement was rebuilt and flourished only to become the capital of the province of Britannia. It was then, in its heyday in the 2nd century, that most of the stone buildings we know of today were built. But let's have a look at the map actually and see what we can identify, what we know of from archaeological evidence. Let's zoom in a bit. We are here. So this should be a plan of the city in its final state, with all the public buildings that were built in the 2nd and 3rd century already in ruins, because we are in the 9th century here. So we see, of course, that huge aqueduct that leads from these mountains here down to the city of London, but we do not know of any aqueduct leading into London, so most probably there hasn't been one. And the need for water for the city came most probably from the River Thames and the surrounding rivers of the city itself. There was no need to build a huge aqueduct to bring additional water from the mountains. So this aqueduct is an addition by the developers of the game. It looks cool and it makes for a good facade to hide things on and in, but it doesn't belong here. But what does belong here? The city walls, of course. The city walls were built around 200 AD and they enclosed a huge amount of land. So the city was really big at that time. And most probably it even enclosed land that wasn't completely built upon yet. So there was also included, I don't know, maybe fields even, or at least uninhabited land. So it was a huge enclosure. Then we have a fort at the city walls, which is represented here, I think. Although the city walls of London, of real life London, were rather, maybe the outlines were like this, and then they went all the way into the land here. Then they made a little bend, which is represented here, and then came back to the river, and here, would be the fort. So, if you squeeze it into a smaller part of that river bend here, it might have looked like that. Then south of that fort, we do have an amphitheater, which is represented here. I'm pretty curious what they used as a model for this amphitheater, because of course it's not very well preserved. I think the subtractions and so the dimensions are known. It's, I think, built into the modern guild hall, I think. But I do not know modern London very well. I've been there only once when I was a kid. So, but I think it's in the guild hall, and they even have some kind of museum or display where it used to be. So we do know the dimensions, but we do not know exactly how it looked like. But I think it was made of ragstone. Then, most important though, was in the center of the city a forum, which I think is represented here. So we have a open space that was surrounded by colonnades in which were the shops for the marketplace here, and on its northern end was a huge basilica, which was used for governing and trials and such. And I read that this forum was one of the biggest Roman fora we know of north of the Alps. So pretty impressive. And that shows how important the city was in the 2nd century AD. Then we do know of a pretty lavishly furnished residence close to the Thames River, which might be here, I guess. Maybe it's even reconstructed somewhere here. Maybe these are the gardens, I don't know. So it had huge gardens and I think even fountains, and there were mosaics and so on and so on. So a huge residence, and it is believed to be the governor's palace. Of course, this is just a theory. It could also be just a huge private residence of a very rich townsman. Then we know of at least 2 bath buildings, although I think it's not quite sure if they are private or public baths. There's one close to the Thames, somewhere here, I guess, in the actual city, and some here maybe. That might be a bath building. And the one here is most probably a public bath because the dimensions are just huge or too big for a private one. So yeah, 2 bath buildings. And of course, the main street leads through here. We have, I guess, 6 or 7 gates that are known in the city walls. And they are pretty accurate here. So we have, that main road through here. And of course, the Roman bridge, very important, across the Thames. And then that main road leading through here, respective with their gates. And then there are gates here, 1 gate is here, and that gate location is not quite accurate. I think it should be rather here where they put the aqueduct. Here in the north should be the necropolis of the city, somewhere along the streets most probably. And then there were, of course, sanctuaries in the city. Most sanctuaries we know only from inscriptions that were found across the city. I think there's a mention of Jupiter, so there could have been a Jupiter temple. There's a mother goddess. There is an Isis mentioned, so most probably there was an Isis sanctuary somewhere. And I think Diana, but I'm not so sure about the last one. The only temple we can identify and know to whom it was dedicated to was the Mithraeum. So a temple dedicated to Mithras. It was found, I think, in the 1950s, in an excavation on a construction site, and it's today underneath the Bloomberg building, and it can still be visited. And I hope that they included it in the game. And normally Mithraeums are very special. There are no classical temples, but normally the sanctuaries are either underground or in caves, or the buildings are built to represent a cave. So they are closed off and darkened and only lit by candlelight. And the location of the Mithraeum should be somewhere south in between the amphitheater and the forum. So somewhere here, maybe even that, Rivalry for Ages. Maybe that relief that we, or that Roman artifact is in there, in the Mithraeum. So yeah, that could be it. So these are the most important buildings we know of. Of course, there are everywhere bits and bits of mosaics and private houses and such that were found during construction of modern buildings all over London. That are, bits and pieces of the Roman Londinium. When the Romans left, though, in the 5th century AD, Londinium was abandoned and a new Anglo-Saxon settlement was founded somewhere west of the Roman Londinium, here somewhere, which was called Londonwich. Until in the 9th century, Alfred the Great repaired the city walls and the Roman city was repopulated. And that is the time period in which the game is set in. So we are exactly in that phase of the town where people came back to live in the old city, until the city grew into what we know today as London. So let's see what we can find in the city and identify here. I'm very excited.
I beg patience all. We'll have this rat cleaned up in no time. Keep it steady, huh? Olaf. Hey, bear up, Master Ame. You'll be on your way shortly, huh?
Something of a shepherd, aren't you?
It can feel that way, aye. Can I help you with something?
Who governs this burr? I would like to speak with him, if I can.
Ah, the Governor Trigger. Good and fair Dane come to London 4 year back.
Trigger!
Aye, most hours of the day you can find him at the old villa, dealing with all manner in Avery. Stow!
Avgos wants his cut of the summer harvest. Shit, Carl. Huh? What's the holdup?
We're talking.
Gentlemen, the farmers of Mercia have paid their burden already. If Avgos wants more, he can petition for it.
Petition for it? Well, you can tell that old mud merchant. And if he wants his apple, he can bob for it.
Belongs to Master Ame, sir.
Bob for it!
That is filthy.
Bob for it!
Seems we are not just walking into the city, but there were two interesting things in that conversation. First, he asked who reigns that borough, I think, or something like that. I should concentrate. And I think that the 9th century repopulation was called London Borough, so that's pretty accurate. And they mentioned an ancient villa where... I'm talking too much. They mentioned an ancient villa. And that might be the governor's palace.
God in heaven, you fight like the devil's stolen your bread.
You give some hard knocks yourself.
Road, be a good lad and prick the names of those that pay their food tax, will you? Right then. You've some dealings with Governor Trigger, was that it?
I will have dealings with any who can deliver fair friendship with my Raven clan. If that is you, then all the better.
Ah, no. Trigger's your fellow. I'm the Shire Reeve of London's westerly half. I keep things ordered and fair.
Shire Reeve is not a name that rides easy on the tongue.
Reeve's my title, sorry. Stow's my name. Stow of London.
Oh. We have a romance opportunity, but we are already taken. But he seems to be a nice guy.
It is good to meet you, Reevestow. London sits on sturdy shoulders.
To be fair, I'm not the only Reeve. There are two of us now, and the governor to boot. We do our best in these times, wild as they are.
Take me to your governor, Stow. He sounds like a man worth knowing.
Right then. Station field, flock shepherded. and off to Triga we go.
Okay.
And what can I call you? Humbler of thugs? Dane Hammer?
I am Eivor of the Raven clan. We have a settlement to the north, just off the River Neen.
Well, I owe you a great debt, Eivor. You're a worthy ally.
Thank you.
So, this is London, a city built by giants.
So they say. She's an old place, surly as they come.
Giants,
There's
I
a
think it were
mystery here I
Romans.
quite adore. I was raised here, in fact. Learned the scriptures of Christ's apostles in Londinium. I was Saxon Borough, just past the western walls.
Ah, that's
You're
so
not
cool.
a priest, are you?
No,
He even mentioned London
no,
Witch.
I was raised by them. And for a penniless bastard, it turned out pretty well.
A penniless bastard, and now London's fearless reeve.
Well, it's Triga who saw something in me. He judges not the circumstance of my birth. His two hands, left and right, on me and a Dane-born soldier, Erke. Erke's an orphan of the last Viking horde put down in London for a season. 2 or 3 years back now, it must have been. It's through Triga I met Erke, and now we Reeves walk the city like parents looking after our children. A native son and an imported Dane. See, London's a city built of many pieces.
It is. Where do you go? I'm already laughing a bit at the amphitheater that we see here in the background. But we visit it later. That is the governor's villa, so that might be what they reconstructed as, yeah, the governor's villa. I don't know about these lions.
Wait. Something's wrong.
Iron on the air. This blood is fresh.
These were good men. What's happened here?
Yeah, what happened here? Oh man. People are dead. What happened here? You saw something? They don't know. And when did that happen? Just now?
God, no. No, no, no.
It took 3 arrows to kill him. The next 12 were an insult.
O Lord, deliver these men with the light of thy countenance visiteth and shines upon them.
You've no need for outsiders, Stowe. It's a private matter.
There's no cause to be leery. Eivor had my back in a brawl at Cripplegate. More thugs from the garrison.
You must be a real broker to hold your own against those shithugs. It's time to fetter those men, Stowe. It can't go on like this.
Uh-oh. I mean, that's obvious. Why would the killers be after him? Yeah, this must be Erke.
You must be Erke, London's second reeve.
Erke Botilson, yes I am. Are you telling me this gut bucket called me second reeve?
First in the Eastborough, and a man I trust with my life.
Stowe's never been a good judge of character.
Erke, this is Eivor. He came to meet with Triga, to seal the bonds of friendship with his clan.
He would have welcomed you heartily. He was a trusting man. And I got him here.
Have you found anything?
I just arrived. The killers left a letter on the body there.
I'll have a look around.
Triga had men with him at all times.
Uh-oh.
How could the killers get through?
There must have been
Oh man.
well enough to get close.
That is crazy.
Good and holy Christ, that could be most anyone. He governed this burg. Oh dear.
What is it?
Dirty notes from a mistress.
Looking at the villa here.
Sorry. Mistresses.
Okay, let's read that letter.
Ah, yes.
Where is it? There.
Had a wandering hand.
This letter. Someone wanted us to see it. From Rome went an order of heretics who worshipped the relics of a time before Christ.
Erke, this was the letter he told us about. Said it contained fearful news about London.
It warns of 3 such heathens who have infiltrated London. His killers, I expect.
Ah, yes. The old man had a wandering hand. And I
didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't
What
think.
do we have here?
He didn't want
A guy with a fancy
you.
helmet?
Secret to keep.
who takes or gives
Find anything?
something.
Besides enough blood. so
Maybe
we
one
can
of these
see it's
medallions
faded
of
bricks.
the Order?
No.
Or money? I cannot really see it. Oops. Okay. Investigate triggers murder. There's a ton of blood. Can I investigate that? No.
3 sets of footprints leave. 2 average and 1 massive.
They are all the same size. In my opinion. Okay, there's a huge guy. And this looks like a woman, maybe? And a man with a bow. Okay. So we have 3 culprits. Yeah, and the middle one is pretty beardy, isn't he? I think. There's a lot of blood everywhere. So he most probably was not killed on the throne, but here somewhere, and then sat on the throne, like dragged along here. Maybe? After his beheading? Do we have something here? No. Everything's cool here. Oh, I can speak to him.
I can't make head or foot of all this. I just can't.
Look at
that's-
us, sitting on our laurels while Eivor does all the work.
Uh-huh. That's true. Somebody recognizes that. Oh, here. Oh, that's a treasure. I take it, okay? Nobody minds. Letter to Uba. Uba, my commander, my friend. I hope you're in high spirits in this warm weather. While London never gets as cold as Norway, it rains here nearly every day. I feel as cold and grey as a fish. A common affliction here, I've found. Still, the walls hold strong and our larders stay fat with bounty. I do not miss going a Viking. I've seen enough golden sunrises for my days. Now I'm ready to rest on my laurels and have my taste of the city's trollops. If you grow tired of sleeping on ships or of wearing Eivor around your neck like a noose, there's always a throne for you here. Your brother in arms, Trigger. So he wanted Uba to be king? That's interesting. Oh. There is a corpse up there. That's an odd location to hang somebody. What is that?
A barber surgeon's tools. Sharp and precise for easy butchery. Must have been what was used to free Trigger's head from his neck.
Oh. But that's what they... Ah, here. That's what they used to behead him. And the little figure beheaded him, so the woman maybe? If it is a woman. That one, right? It's the same. This and this. I guess. What else can we find? Oops. Did you find something? No, of course not. Is it the corpse? Can I get there? Whoops. Yeah, okay.
I do not envy this man's death. Hang on. There's something in his hand. This was not Trigger's seal?
No, it looks Roman in origin. Must have been on a ladder he opened.
It must have been significant to this god for him to grasp it even in death.
Perhaps it's what got him killed.
I think I have a clear idea of what happened here. Trigger was shot where he sat. Probably as he read the letter. One of his guards grabbed the seal and tried to escape. He didn't make it. A second killer found him first. He met his end at the noose, lifted by the bigger man. A third attacker took his eyes, then came for Trigger's head. Symbolic, maybe. Headless leader, eyeless guards. The killers were without fear. This kill was a message. Their footprints leave together, 3 sets, heading back to the courtyard. The letter mentions 3 heretics, named only by Manicus. The Leech, the Arrow, the Compass. Signed by someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Poor fellow soldier. Odd name.
3 names, 3 killers, as you said.
Baldersack. It could be anyone in London. Who can we trust?
Only the people in this room, I fear.
Even that would be unwise until we know more.
The Arrow is described as a pugnacious Dane invader. That describes too many in London.
The leech hails from Wessex. London is home to many of them as well.
And the Compass, a Frankish captain.
Less common, but no face comes to mind.
What is this symbol here?
Mithras.
I recognize that from the Mithraic temple.
Yeah.
I passed it on the way here.
I knew it. So they included the Mithras temple in the story even. That's awesome. I mean, I know what it is, but I think he doesn't. So that would be the question to ask.
Mithraic temple. Is that a church?
A church? Heavens, no. Mithras was a pagan idea. A so-called god beloved by the ancient soldiers that built this city. Our city is overrun with cowards. We may be next to fall if we don't resolve this sick fermentation of hate.
I've told you, this city answers to blood and power. We should serve as such.
I can't leave him like this. I need to.
We'll get the church to see to it, Stone.
No. No, it should be me. I must ready him for judgment.
I understand. Only get some air from time to time. It reeks in here. Shall we, Broga?
So we go together?
Well, now the locals have caught a whiff of this
Oh.
fatted mess. The temple is yours to explore, Eivor.
Okay,
It's to the east of here.
to the east.
I must wear my Reeve's face for a time. Keep away! Keep away! The fight is over.
So it's
Town
back
hall will
there.
follow soon.
Oh, I'm excited.
Should
That's
the Reeves
awesome.
change their minds, I will have to gut them and put a puppet atop London's throne. But Stowe seems a good man. I will trust his word.
Yeah, that's true. I like him. So, let's... what do we do? Oh, here. Worlds and Shadows. Yeah, Eivor travels to London station. Wait, the temple should be here somewhere. So the location of that temple is wrong. So I think it would be wise to travel first to the synchronization point, which seems to be at the amphitheater. And then we can have a look at that too. That's pretty awesome. So why I laughed a bit while coming here is that the model for this reconstruction of the amphitheater seems to be the one in Rome. Which is of course not probable. Yeah, Londinium amphitheater. So most probably the amphitheater here was made of ragstone. So, and this 3-story building made of marble and such is, yeah, not probable. Most probably it was a 1-story building and not a 3-story one. Can I climb that? Can I climb that? No. Cannot climb this building? Okay. Oh, and that's the inside, yeah. I mean, it's smaller, of course, than the Roman one, but they used it as a model to build this one. And these are even Greek reliefs. The ones here. Oh, that's bad. Oh, man. Oh, rats. Hey, stay up there, please. There is the fast travel point. And from up here we should have a nice view of the city too. Yeah, look at that. So this is the palace, right? Yeah, the amphitheater. That is the forum with the basilica here in the north. Of course, the aqueduct that doesn't belong here. Then we have several temples that most probably shouldn't be here. That looks like a bath building. That. So yeah, that's pretty accurate, I think. I don't know what that would be. That's the fort. And of course the walls. Here they reconstructed a triumphal arch, it seems. I am not sure if there's evidence of a triumphal arch in London. Maybe there is. But I do not know. So most probably there's none. That looks a bit like the Porta Nigra in Trier, if you ask me. But here it's the bridgehead, right? Like there is the huge bridge across the Thames. So that's cool. Okay. London. Synchronized. We have a bit of wealth, a few mysteries, and 3 artifacts. Is there one in the amphitheater? I see something here. Is it in here though? Let's have a look. There is something, but it could be a paper. And there's a little treasure. Let's take these 2 and then we go to the Temple of Mithras. Oh, there's a radar kit. Maybe we should have stayed up there and not jumped down. Why can I not climb that? This is so weird. Normally he can climb everything. Okay. Oh, here. Get in there. Ooh. Ah, they're fighting. Here somewhere. Oh, is it a paper? Yeah, it is. Okay, forget it. I'm not going to chase papers. Not today. So I think we can take the treasure though. If it just sits there. And it does. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Let's find the temple to Mithras. So the actual temple they found was an elongated building with a niche at one end. And I think inside, so it was a closed building. And inside were 3 aisles. One bigger middle aisle and then 2 side aisles that were separated from the middle one with columns. I think that is what they found. Ooh, there are fish here. That's pretty cool. So let's see how they reconstructed that one. And it should be rather in the middle of the city. Not back here at the city wall. Is it that? Oh, there's a runestone. That's cool. But somehow I missed. What? Let's check on the map. It's just behind me? So I didn't miss it. So it's that. Oh. Okay, that's not...
The Temple of Mithras.
What?
Well guarded for a tangle of old ruins.
It's
I need to find the
guarded.
entrance.
By whom? Why? I'm confused.
I should not be seen in this area.
Yeah, Temple of Mithras. Here, it says so. That is weird. Uh-oh. Somebody sees me. Yeah, that is sad, because we know how it looked like. So... Why did they do that? This is like a classical temple. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Does that... that doesn't count. Let's get out of here. Do we have to be sneaky? Who sees me? Huh. I don't know if we have to be sneaky. And why it is guarded anyway. I do not understand yet. I think we're clear up here. And what entrance do we have to find? What did they mean? What did he mean? When he said he has to find the entrance. So many questions. Ah, there is somebody. Maybe we can get rid of him just like that. We can. Anybody else? Ah, down there. Can we do a... Yeah, we can. There's somebody though. So, I guess we have to kill everybody? So, let's get to it. Oh, he saw something. Hey there. May I kill you? Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Civilians. So what are we searching for? Entrance to the temple. I mean, we are inside a temple ruin. Oh, maybe that? Let's keep in mind that there is a wall we can explode. But it says here, Temple of Mithras. Weird. There are explosives. There's a guard. There might be some on top even, right? Oh, here. There's a hole. Maybe that? Uh-oh.
Hey! Folks, shoot there!
Didn't see her. They go down.
Never a quiet moment.
Sorry.
What?
Oh, how? Wait, what?
No chance.
How did they see me?
You try the other way.
Oh,
Die.
okay. We're good. Yeah, I think we need to go down there. So they put a temple ruin on top of the supposed Mithraeum? That's odd. Okay, what's in here? A chest. And no snakes. What's that? Can I get underneath there? No. It was just a chest. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't complain. Okay, let's get down there and see if we find a Mithras temple. Oh.
You're dead.
I thought everybody was dead already. Obviously not.
It's like should have run, rabbit.
Wow. Okay. Anybody else? Nope. Weird noises. Ah, the noises are gone. Okay. Now we are in the sewers, it seems. Oh. What's back here? Nothing. We can go through here. There are inscriptions. Oh, and that is the actual temple. So that's the Mithras relief and the niche, and these are the 3 aisles. So 1 main aisle, 2 or 3 in that case, and they're separated by columns. Okay, but why is there a temple on top? That doesn't make sense. Huh. But at least the Mithraeum itself is reconstructed somehow reasonably.
Jammed. Need to get on the other side.
Okay, cool. Okay, we can get through there. Let's open up the other first 2 in case that is a roundabout. No, here's nothing at all. Is there? Do I miss something? I think that's a fake. Okay. Well, let's read.
Tools for a surgeon, finely crafted. Like we found in the villa. And there's a letter here, arranging payment to a blacksmith.
Okay, the blacksmith where they bought the tools from then. Is there anything else?
The compass holds sway over the others. He has ordered the arrow to recruit archers in a market to the west. Worth a visit.
Arrow, we must increase our strength to stage our coup. Drum up some support from the layabouts at the west market. Archers are needed in force. We need them to mend those new sprinkles you're so enamored with. I will return when you send word of your success. The compass. Okay, I think we can get inside of there through this. Or not? I hear voices. Snakes? No. Oh, I thought I heard something. Maybe not. Are we now behind the barred door? Doesn't seem so. Ah, I do hear voices. Oh, hello.
Go up, damn you!
Wait. Oh, man, game. Don't do that. Okay. So where is that barred door? Oh, we have to shoot that first. Oh, burn it. That works too. Ooh. Liber Antiquae Deorum. Let our wretched origins be known. We are the instruments of the ancient gods. We are the refuse of an ancient world. Yet we are the hope for an era reborn. Let our great task be stated. We are the shepherds of our Creator's will. We are the curators of our Creator's tools. We are the new masters of the world they made. Let our loyalties be clear. The Father of understanding guides us. The Mother of wisdom inspires us. The sacred voice fills our hearts with boldness. Let it be known, we men and women of the order of the ancients are the natural arbiters of the world. Let all those who oppose us perish in pain. We are everywhere. We are eternal. In the name of Mithras, the last warrior, go forth and dominate. Reclaim the world that is ours by will. Weird.
Messages between the Leech and the Compass. Healing, gutting. The Leech is a strange one, but the Compass calls to strikes.
Governor Trigger means to interfere with our work. We must eliminate him now and make a grand show of it. Take his head if you desire, and serve his eyes to the river eels. The Compass. His head and eyes will remain with me, for they greatly aid my work. We are the wet machines of an early age, and there is nothing about us that cannot be improved with effort and pain. The Leech. I have arranged a meeting with Trigger tomorrow morning to discuss the opening of the port to Frankian concerns. This will be his last negotiation. Be ready with your tools. The arrow will bring his own. Father, Mother, and Sacred Voice go with you. The Compass. Huh. And this is the door.
I've got enough to go on for now.
So we did go
Elke
round.
and Stowe must see all this. I see more bloodshed in London's future. At least Sunan will feast.
So if we look at our order map here, it's 3 of them, right? It's which ones? The Leech, the Arrow, and the Compass. So that section. Okay. Interesting. Did we miss something? It doesn't seem so. I think that is on the temple ruin, and this is on the aqueduct, right? How do we go back here?
This area is off limits.
It is no more! We took care of it. Let's see if we can find that treasure. I think it's up here somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, in there. Can we jump? There's a haystack. Can I? Yes. I think it's there on the balcony. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Are they in the villa? Yes, they are. I don't think it has a back entrance. Oh, there's a pub. Oh, that's cool. Or like a market. Haha. That's nice. And there's another pub. Oh, I love these. Okay, here we are. But let's report back in the next episode. So I end the episode here, and in the next one we will report back to Stowe and Erke and see what they know about all of this mystery. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and adventurous day, and goodbye.